It is 7:35, so I will, my name is Jim Wendt. I'm the chairman of the Zoning Board of Appeals, and we'll call the July 4th Zoning Board of Appeals meeting to order. This is a continued hearing. We did open this hearing on at our last meeting on the 7th of December regarding 83 Riding Ridge Road. We are meeting remotely and electronically, and for the record, the members present are Jim Wendt, Ben Maini, Sarah Harris, and Ron Stelmack. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Ron. Welcome. If I'm not, please correct me. Thank you. And so there's no, because this is a continuation, we don't need to read the call, so we can move forward with the hearing on 83 Riding Ridge Road. Rick, unless there's anything else we need to add before we get into it.
No, Mr. Chairman, I just want to read the particulars. This meeting of January 4th, 2022 is remote only, electronic public meeting. This meeting may be accessed by the public in real time via Zoom meeting. Public access information is provided on the agenda as been posted, and written public comments in compliance with the guidelines for public participation in remote electronic meetings may be submitted by the end of the business day in advance of the meeting, which was yesterday, in care of Joe Chapman, town of Monroe. That is all, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Schultz. And with that, we will reopen the hearing, and we'll have the presentation by the applicant or their representative.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. My name is Larry LaPere. I work for Solely Engineering LLC, a duly licensed firm in Monroe, Connecticut at 501 Main Street, Monroe, duly licensed to perform engineering services in the state of Connecticut. I am also licensed in Connecticut as a professional engineer. And just for the records, the plans were prepared under my direction. So we're here to request a variance for the site at 83 Riding Ridge Road. The applicants are here, Mary and John Butala. That is not what I wanted to show you. Let's see if I get the other one. Here we go. Oh, didn't say share screen yet. Host disabled screen sharing. Can we enable that? Or can you put up the plan? Either one works. Screen sharing, again, how do I keep doing this? There we go.
You should be able to proceed.
Yeah, I don't see it. I wonder why that is. I'm viewing, Rick, it says I'm viewing your screen.
Okay, hang on.
Right, meeting one is you, correct?
Okay.
Let me see. Now I'm going to hit share screen. Maybe that's, there we go. This should get me where I want to be. It didn't.
I think Monroe, meeting one Monroe needs to stop sharing first.
There we go.
And now if I share, let's see if I can get rid of this, because can you see open system preference? Screen. Can you see the plan? Can everyone see the plan of the property?
I cannot.
Oh,
Nor I.
that's not good news. Start share. You cannot share the screen while the other participant is sharing. I guess someone else is still sharing.
Okay, I'm Sorry about that.
Rick, do you have the plan?
I mean,
I'm gonna assume no.
no, all the members have the plan though,
Well, they do. Well,
but I'm trying, this is the first time I'm doing this one on my
Rick,
screen here.
Do you know how to stop sharing your screen? If you take your cursor and toggle to the bottom of the screen, you should see a button that says screen share with the arrow pointing up. If you click that, it should stop sharing.
Share in, okay. One
Do you,
participant can share at a time.
right, so what you need to do is you need to right click next to Mr. Stelmach's name and make him a host. And that's the only way he can present.
and I think you want to do it to me and not him.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
Larry. I'm Larry LePere.
I'm
Okay,
sorry
now we
about
got
that.
That's okay. I
Go
am
ahead,
now the
Larry.
host is what it says.
Now you're good.
Can everybody see the plan?
No, we can't see the plan as yet.
Okay.
Um,
Let's see, that's not it. Here, maybe this is gonna do it. That's not gonna do it. Okay, one more time, share screen. I am hoping that I would see this as one of these. I bet that's not it. Preview unknown, desktop unknown.
You're sharing, you're just not sharing the plans.
So what am I? What do you see?
Just your face. I think
Oh.
it's, sorry, it's been a while since I used Zoom, but
Share. Allow Zoom to share your screen. Yes.
you might be sharing your desktop. Do you want to stop sharing and then try it again?
You may need to have the file already open on your desktop and then hit share.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
file is on my screen. So if I'm sharing my screen, I'm not entirely sure why. Let's see. Share the screen.
Oh, here it comes. Well,
Nope, that's Rick again.
Yeah. No.
I didn't think this would be that difficult. Does everyone have the plan? Is it possible that I can walk through it while you look at your own plan sheets, or does not everyone have the plan in front of them?
If you want, I could try and share what I have here.
Okay, if you have the plot plan, we call it C-1 plot plan. Not sure why you'd have any better luck than me, but
Let's see. I can see different screens. Sure.
any of them have a drawing on.
there you go.
Yeah, that's starting to look good. I don't know whose that is, and so I can't control it, but
You are share screen.
I saw something that you had shared there, Ben.
That's not what I'm trying to share. I actually don't know what that is.
If you click on the minus button at the top, it probably will shrink it a little bit so we could see the.
I have to apologize. I'm sorry I'm not more adept at this. You would think after a year and a half of this, I'd be better.
Well, this is our first meeting on the new platform. We were on Teams before, right? Now we're on Zoom.
Yeah, we
Ah,
were go-to meeting, now it's
Or
Zoom.
go-to meeting, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. That's starting to look good right there. I don't know if we can get that to be full screen.
What are you looking at?
That looks,
I see a portion of the site plan.
yeah,
All right.
the upper left of the map. If you, there we go.
Yeah, if you click that one.
There we go.
Now, can
That's-
everybody, that's a very small screen on mine, but I have it backed up with the rest of it, so that's okay. If everybody can see that, just so we can talk to it, I think that'll work.
I'm not sure that's the sheet that has the,
That's a survey. If you scroll down one, you might get to the next one, which would be the plot plan. I think that's a winner right there.
there you go.
That's it?
Bingo.
Okay. Outstanding. So,
Thank-
so this is a survey of the property in question, 83 Riding Ridge Road. It's a little over 2 acres in size. And the request is for variances to allow the pool, which is shown somewhat darker than the rest, to be located at a spot that would require 2 variances, one for side yard, one for a height of the wall. And the reason for that is the existing topography of the site, which is a natural part of the site itself, is very steep. In this area, it's very steep, and a good portion of the lot has steep topography. There's also in the rear of the lot, towards the north west corner, you'll see a line there, and then some area that there's a conservation easement, and that line with all those indications on it is a wetland limit line. So the rear portion of the site is wetlands, and therefore generally not buildable, and also subject to certain requirements when you build within the buffer of the wetland area, which you will see, I think, the dashed line that goes through the site, which maybe 90% of the building for the pool is within the wetland buffer area. And so we will still need to get a wetland permit in order to perform the work that we would like to do. But I just want to walk through why this location makes sense and why we need the variance. The size of the pool is somewhat typical of the area, the neighbors in this area on Riding Ridge. It's a 20 by 40 foot pool. It's not exceptionally large. It's, as I said, fairly typical. It happens that the pool in my backyard is 20 by 40. A number of the pools in this area are about 20 by 40. So it's not out of character for the rest of the neighborhood. And you see that there's steep slopes in the back, and to the right, there's a flat area, I guess, so to the northeast of where we want to put this pool. The problem is that area is currently a septic system. It's a perfectly well-functioning septic system, which if we were to put the pool there, would have to be removed and relocated. And really the only place to move it is downhill, which would be closer to the wetland area, which is something we generally don't like to do if we can avoid it. So the pool, the location of the pool right now is the best that we think we can have based on the topography of the lot. If you look to the north of the lot, right, I don't know if you can see this, but there's a knoll, a hill, in the rear of the house as you look out the rear of the house to the right. So that has steep slopes. If you look towards the front of the lot, there's a flatter area up by the road. I think there's 2 problems with this. One, if we put a pool there, it's not very private. It doesn't make sense. It's out of character with the neighborhood. There's a loss of privacy. And so it doesn't really lend itself to what a pool would be, which is walk out your backyard, your pool is there, you have some privacy. The house shields you from anyone on the road, and hopefully you put some landscaping and shields you from activities of your neighbors and them from you. So out front, that flat spot out front doesn't make sense from that location. But there's also another problem, and that is to the north of this site is a piece of property that the town of Monroe owns. And it turns out that there is a vernal pool along the property line between the subject property 83 and that town parcel to the north. So there really isn't a better location on site. And as it is, we have two constrictions that we have to live with that kind of make us come here to ask for variance. One is we have steep slopes. As it is right now, we have to construct a wall that is approximately 16 feet high because of the steep slopes. 16 feet at its highest, about 6 or 7 at its lowest, in order to put the pool in. And we have wetlands. So between the steep slopes and the wetlands, which are physical properties of the parcel that we cannot change, never could, and won't be able to, that really is kind of generating the need for this variance. Additionally, there's really only one neighbor who would adversely be affected if that were the case, and that is the neighbor to the southwest. And we have a letter on file from that neighbor, the Leonards. Dr. Leonard lives next door there. And the letter on file says that they are not opposed to this application. So I don't believe we have any negative opposition that has been filed. I haven't seen any. Certainly the adjacent neighbor, the one most and perhaps the only one adversely affected, if that at all, is in favor of the proposal. So from that standpoint, we believe there is a legitimate reason for requesting the variance. And we believe that we have limited the necessity for the variance as much as we can. We have also made sure that we are mitigating whatever adverse effects we might have on any of the folks in the neighborhood. We also plan to put some plantings along this wall to kind of buffer the look of the wall. So there you have it. We make the request. We believe that we are meeting the criteria for the variances, of which there are a number, and we went to them in fairly great length in the application. And so we would ask that the board grant these variances so that we can move forward and construct, hopefully this spring. There is one more aspect that one of the guys in my office brought up today, and I don't know that it plays into the requirements for variance or not, but these days, it's been getting more and more difficult to recreate because people are having trouble moving about. People can't just get on a plane and go fly someplace, warm for 2 weeks and hang at the ocean or the pools down there or wherever. We're kind of restricted in where we can go. And so as a result, recreational facilities at our home properties, I think, are becoming more and more valuable and more needed. And so from that standpoint, I think there's another aspect that kind of plays into this. Again, I don't think that really plays necessarily into the legal requirements for the variance, but it might play into the substantial justice aspect of it. In any case, that is our presentation. We would be happy to answer any questions that you have. As I said, the applicants are here. If you want to ask questions of them, they're also happy to answer any questions you have.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lepere.
You're welcome.
Ben, if you can stop screen sharing for the moment so I can see everybody, that would be helpful. I appreciate you being able to get that up there for us to see. I have one question before I ask my fellow board members. Mr. Lepere, as I understand it, the pool itself is completely compliant. It's the setback in the height of the retaining walls that's the subject of the variance. Is that correct?
Yes, the retaining wall and the fence on top of the retaining wall, both the location and the height are what require the variance. We located the pool, the edge of the pool is at the legal setback line. So the pool itself is not the facility that requires the variance. It is the wall and the fence.
Right, and due to your topography, you need the walls.
Correct.
Okay. Are there any, just raise your hand so I can see you if there are any board members that have any questions at this point? I don't see any board members that have any questions at this point. I will ask if there's any, I don't know, let me look at my participants list here to see if there's anybody else here. Is there anybody from the public in attendance at this meeting that wishes to be heard? I'm not sure who Phil A is, but there's an empty chair there. I don't know if- Going once, going twice for public comment. All right, hearing none, with no further questions from the board members, I will close the public hearing on this matter. Thank you, Mr. Lepere.
Thank you.
So that will close the hearing. This is the only item we have to deliberate on. Are there any members that have any concerns or questions or wish to make a motion on this matter?
I make a motion to approve on the
Okay.
grounds that, given the physical limitations of the land and that we have an approval from the neighbor that doesn't have a problem with it, I am proposing that we approve, or we're putting a motion to approve.
Okay, motion approved by Mr. Mayini. Is there a second to that motion?
I'll second.
All right. Seconded by Board Member Harris. Any comments for you, Sarah, beyond what Ben has offered?
No.
Okay. Ron, do you have any questions or comments on the motion as offered?
No, my observations are the same as Ben's.
Okay, I tend to agree. I think the pool complies. It's just a matter of the setback. I had a little bit of concern about the impact of the neighbor. They're trying to address that with landscaping, and I agree with the letter of support from the neighbor. I'm prepared to support this application as well. So it looks like we are not going to have a problem with a fifth member. So I will call, just for the formality at this point, all those members in favor of the motion to approve, say aye or raise your hand. Aye.
Aye.
That is, all those opposed, there are no other members, so that is a 4-0 unanimous approval.
Mr. Chairman and board members, thank you very much. We appreciate
Yes,
your.
and we appreciate your patience, you and your clients. I'm sorry we couldn't get this done for you at our December meeting, but hopefully you will have a successful construction of this. So good luck with your wetlands application.
Thank you very much. We do appreciate it. Happy New Year all.
Thank you. You as well.